Hi everybody and welcome back to Enjoy English with Mrs. A. I'm Mrs. A. The topic today is very dear to my heart because I've been an ESL teacher in Spain for the past 12 years. I taught English at the university. I'm an official examiner, author of English textbooks, and of course, lover of personalized teachings. Because it's really through tailor-made courses that you can really reach out and make the students love the language. A lesson plan is a worksheet that combines a series of exercises meant to improve the language skills of your students. That's simple. A very important point to be made here is that before you jump right into preparing your first lesson plan, you must make sure you've identified the level of your students. Because at the end of the day, that's going to dictate the complexity of vocabulary you use to create a lesson that will appeal to them. English levels range from A to C and can be classified in three major categories: beginner, intermediate, advanced. When you get that phone call from an adult student, they can request an exam preparation class, general English classes with a focus on conversation, business English or English for work, or English to improve a specific skill set. I don't know, writing, listening, for example. So your lesson plan, what you prepare for your students, has to apply to what they want to improve. That's simple. Now, of course, I've had cases of A2 level students calling to say they wanted a business course, and I had to explain that you cannot learn how to run before learning how to walk. So a strong foundation is needed before jumping into such a course, because they won't have the structure, knowledge, and syntax to sustain all that and reach their objective. While you can start integrating light business concepts and vocabulary to a B1, an A2 just doesn't have what it takes. If you're not Jesus or Barbara Streisand, you cannot walk on water. Now, during my first interaction with a new group, we go through a thorough interview to figure out their strong, their weak points, their topics of interest, and that is when I can finally create that lesson plan and focus on polishing their skills. Let me just give you an example of what I would use with a group of 2 to 4 students who want a general English course with a focus on conversation. Let's see it. Now, presuming you went through the interview phase with your students and you've decided on a topic for your lesson plan, everything you do has to happen around that topic. You can see here this lesson plan is for level B1 and B2. And of course, our topic is housing and accommodation. So everything will be around housing and accommodation. The reading, the vocabulary, the listening, the writing part, everything is going to happen around that. And here you can see how I divide everything: the type of home, where you can find it, the layout and rooms of the house, the features of the home, with a special focus on prepositions, of course, because B1 and B2 students don't really have a full grasp on the use of prepositions. Now, this is taken from my book, and I've added other exercises as well that I thought would fit the lesson for the students. Now, how you deliver this lesson plan is also very important because, as far as I'm concerned, I like to send them the vocabulary part before we actually jump into the lesson, so they have some time to get familiar with the vocabulary at home. So what you've just seen and what I'm showing you now, I normally send them before starting the lesson, so they get familiar with the vocabulary, so they study the vocabulary, and we can actually put it to good practice once we start our class. As a general rule, I don't like wasting precious classroom time doing what the students could very well do at home. So I normally divide my class, dedicated 60% of the time to speaking, working the pronunciation, linking words, specific vocabulary and adjectives, and 40% of the time to explaining certain concepts like grammar, doing a listening exercise, and so on. I might test them in class with a short exercise to see if they understood the concept, but I refuse to waste precious classroom time on things they couldn't do at home, such as writing an essay or filling in a gap exercise. Naturally, this combo applies for students who are looking for special focus on speaking, but If the focus is improving their listening skills, then that percentage will change in favor of the listening practice. This is what a personalized course is all about. One lesson plan can work for 1, 2, but no more than 3 sessions. So this is what might happen during our first class after they study the vocabulary. We can start the class watching a video about a smart home. And in this video, and watching this video, they will practice their listening skills, they will recycle the vocabulary they already learned, and we have a few follow-up questions after watching this video. This video can be found on YouTube. Then we have, of course, speaking exercises, because if the students want to focus on speaking, this is what I'm going to deliver. 60% of the class focused on speaking and recycling all that vocabulary. And we have such a variety of topics to choose from. Renting a place or getting a mortgage, urban versus rural living, follow-up questions from there. Best long and short-term alternatives. There's just a lot to do. No lesson plan can be complete without a reading exercise. So if the reading exercise is short, we read everything in class and start a debate from there. If the reading exercise is longer than, 7 minutes, maybe I would prefer leaving that as homework. But in any case, reading is such an important part of learning. So I took this reading exercise from the internet, and of course, every time I do that, I don't forget to add the website for the students to check and for the students to look at what else they have to offer. Moving on, this is something that I made myself because we spoke about features of the home, location, and what sort of things they would expect their perfect home to have. We have more vocabulary related to the proximity of the home to important, parks, schools, so on and so forth, amenities, fit for, and features. All this is important and can lead to more and more conversation. Now, about rural living, this is an excellent topic because Spanish students are fascinated by the beauty of the English cottage. And frankly speaking, so am I. So there's a lot to practice. We have a set of questions that the students will develop. You don't have to go through all of these questions, but it's important for them to get a visual and to practice the vocabulary. And you must also insist with a B1 and B2 level on the right use of linking words and prepositions, and of course, trying to recycle that vocabulary as much as possible. There's plenty to choose from. You do not have to finish it all in one go. You can extend and stretch out that lesson plan in 1 or 2 sessions, but not more than 3 before you move on to the next topic. Now, the exciting thing for me is giving them quality material and updated topics of conversation so that when they finish the class, they leave not only with the feeling that they've practiced the language, but they've also learned something new. Be it trivia, world politics, whatever the topic. The idea here is to stay far, very far from yet another boring English class and make it fun, entertaining, and engaging for the students. Make them want more. Give them things that they could use outside of the classroom as well. Anything can happen when you create your own lesson plans. You can see that we're not falling short on speaking exercises, and everything you see here I created myself. So if I could do it, so can you. A dialogue, a debate. I think it's important to make them think, to make them really get into the topic and get them involved and engaged at the same time. Debates are a great way to do that, and you can do it successfully in groups of 2 and 4 students. I think it's very hard to keep track of everyone if the groups are slightly larger. This lesson plan is very heavy on speaking and vocabulary because that's what the student wants to practice. So obviously, We need some grammar as well for them not to fall short. But the grammar exercise is not going to be incredibly long or incredibly boring. And once again, I like to insist on prepositions. If they want more grammar practice, I usually work with Murphy's book, English Grammar in Use, and it's a great book. I really like it. And of course, the writing practice will be an essay, the ideal accommodation. And naturally, I give them the structure. I make sure to give them the structure for the essay before they get down to business. Anything can happen when you create your own exercises, but especially at the beginning of your career, you might think, oh my God, I've come up with the best lesson plan there is. This topic is so great. And then you go into the classroom and deliver it, and you'll see that the students are just not engaged. This happens. And specifically for these types of situations, you must always have some aces up your sleeve every time you go to class. Come prepared in case something you worked hard on does not work and you have to pull that rabbit out of the hat. Because this is what we have to do as teachers most of the time. And with this, I wish you all the best. Good luck on your lesson plans. And remember, sometimes the students will tell you, I need only writing. Don't be afraid to tell your students if you feel like they are lacking in other departments and you need to include some exercises to polish those areas as well. So the idea here is creating that perfect cocktail between what they want and what you see they need, and reach that objective together. If you want to support me, you can find my book on Amazon. And if you're interested in English classes or in working with the best group of teachers ever, enjoyenglish.es. I'll see y'all next week.